What's good, man? MBS Central, MBS Universe. I'm your boy Keo. I got my co-host with me today. What's good?
Yo, what's the word? What's the word, man? We back.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, we chilling, man. We chilling.
Yeah, man. You ready? You ready for 4th of July tomorrow or what?
Yeah. We ready. We getting ready today. Actually about to go get the stuff now to put on the grill.
Oh, so what? You gonna be on the grill?
Nah, I'm trying to put some battle rappers on the grill.
Oh, whoa.
Waiting on some battle rappers to get lined up, man.
Okay, man. Yeah, definitely, man. I always look forward to that. By the way, man, Danny Myers versus Anderson Burris is out right now on the
Uh,
URL app. It's
and
actually,
and it's on you Anderson Bird's personal YouTube channel too. So go run those numbers up now, man.
yeah,
People love the battle, super entertaining. And
uh,
that
41,000.
thing had like a million views on a clip. He Anderson put a clip out on TikTok or something. It has got like a million point
Uh,
two views right now. So again, y'all don't want to miss this battle.
yeah, 41,000 right now on the YouTube channel. Only been out for 3 days. Your battle against Jay Slash on iBattle came out 12 days ago. That's it's doing its proper numbers, and obviously your battle with King is about to reach 100K. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
hell yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna
I'm
put a
working,
little
man.
I'm gonna put a little artwork of Danny's battles that's out right now so the people could see that the bar god is outside.
For sure.
And the year's not over yet. But first off, man, let's before we get to some battle rap, let's get to our first topic for tonight, man. And obviously, we were supposed to talk about this yesterday, but it was one of the biggest news that came out, and the whole world was talking about. It was Sean Diddy Combs' verdict of the Rico
Yeah,
trial,
yeah,
whatever
man. Of
whatever
course.
trial you want to call it, the Rico trial, the freak off trial. The results are the results are in. They have reached a verdict. So on the 5 counts that he was convicted of, or not convicted, but he was going against the 5 counts. So on count one of racketeering conspiracy, the verdict, the jury decide that he was not guilty. On count two, sex trafficking, at force, fraud, or coercion. They decided that he was not guilty.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. I saw, man. Listen.
Let me finish the count really quick. Hold on. On count three of transportation to engage in prostitution, the jury found that he was guilty. In count four, sex trafficking at force, fraud, and coercion, the jury decided that he was not guilty. And in count five, transportation to engage in prostitution, the jury found that he was guilty. So, with that being said, what are your thoughts now that the verdict is out?
Uh and the man escaped out of that trial with his life. He escaped with his life. With the racketeering charge and the sex trafficking charge carried a maximum of life in prison. And wow, you know, I think a lot of people were shocked too at the verdict because I really felt like, and like when they first showed that they raided his house and they took all these hard drives and they started coming up with all these malicious stories. I was like, damn, man, Puffy ain't getting out of this one. Puffy's cooked.
Mm.
And then as the trial went on, I never one time seen them really like prove anything that he did criminal. Obviously, outside of abusing Cassie and things of that nature, there was as far as the racketeering and the sex trafficking, they never proved that. All they did was just say, "Yo, he's having these freak off parties, and people are in there having sex and they're doing drugs." I'm like, okay, y'all keep saying that, y'all keep bringing that up, but where are you showing that he did these racketeering charges and this criminal enterprise that y'all say he ran? Where is that? And I never seen it from the prosecution, and it started to look like it was a reach. It was like y'all reaching, and a lot of people felt like that in the first place. And he beat those charges, and he should have beat those charges if you could not prove them.
Yeah, man. But I'm not surprised by it though. I kind of felt like this case was kind of similar to the OJ trial. I felt like this trial was more quicker than the OJ trial. I was not surprised by it. What I was actually more surprised by that I'm surprised that he wasn't not guilty on all these charges. But he was found guilty of two charges. He was actually denied bail, um, which was I think it was I
That
think that was a
that
good
part was
idea.
crazy. I don't think
That
so.
like I was laughing at that because he thought he was slick. He was like, "Oh, I'm free now. Now I could go." The judge was like, "Yo, hold on. You ain't that free.
Yeah,
We
but see,
still
here's the thing. This is what pissed me off about the no bail. It's like the most serious crimes that y'all tried to charge this man with, he beat those charges. So really, y'all got him on like some prostitution charges, and you still held him in jail like he's dangerous. Like, come on, bro. Like, why can't you get bail on a prostitution charge? And the judge basically was like, "Well, I don't, haven't proven or I haven't seen anything to where I could let you out." But at the same time, the judge, you didn't show or prove anything, any reason why he should remain. I understood that Cassie wrote a letter and said, "Hey, I don't think you should give him bail because I don't feel safe." Blah blah blah. And at one point, I was thinking they're probably going to let him out and give him an ankle monitor and tell him that he cannot contact Cassie, he cannot call or text, via email, whatever, cannot reach out to this woman, or you're going back to jail. But he wasn't being tried for abuse of Cassie in particular.
Yeah, that's
So
what I was about to say.
they wouldn't have been able to tell him, I don't know, maybe she could have filed a personal restraining order. Now that she could do, and she definitely has good reason to file a, but she would have had to have filed a restraining order.
Yeah, I think that's what people are failing to understand. They looking at, oh yeah, he abused and hit Cassie and the women. The trial wasn't about him abusing Cassidy and what happened at the hotel. The trial was about the damn freak offs, and it showed that she was part of the freak offs.
Right,
I think it was a huge mistake on her side of whoever was representing her. They decided to show the text messages because there was like, okay, you want to show the text messages? We got text messages too, so we
right,
can.
right,
So it kind of made Diddy's case better. It kind of made them looked a little bit better. I think that was a huge mistake by them, and I feel like there wasn't, despite how anybody feels about Diddy. I'm not okay with that. I'm not obviously, I view Diddy very differently than I did before. And I do think he should do time. I do think he should get put away, but the verdict is the verdict at the end of the day. You know, they could use all the narratives they want of, you know, Diddy's working with the feds. I heard that. I heard about um paying them off. All the jurors were all
Well, yeah,
men.
they obviously are gonna say things
Yes,
like that. We'll never know unless somebody
what
comes out
happened.
with proof of that. But
What happened to protecting all our black queens? It's certain things like that. So at the end of the day, the verdict. But Diddy has to wait for sentencing though.
yeah,
So
yeah, let's not forget he was still found guilty of 2 charges, which carry a maximum of 10 years. Now, I feel people were saying, "Yo, they're gonna give him time served. He's just gonna get out. He might only do 2 years. He might do. We don't know what's going. I like the because of how unpredictable. I honestly felt like once he was acquitted of those serious charges, he was going home yesterday. I really thought he was getting out that yesterday, but
yeah,
the judge obviously proven everybody wrong. The judge is unpredictable. For everybody that's saying, yeah, they just gonna give him time served, or he only might do 2 or 3 years. I don't necessarily know. Do I feel like he's gonna get the maximum 10 years? I don't think so, but we don't know. We don't know until the judge reads out the sentencing. And that's why the day of all the reporters, TMZ, CNN, all the major news companies are going to be outside that courtroom
I got a lot. I
waiting
got a lot of
for the
questions after.
sentencing.
I got a lot of questions after the verdict because if he's found not guilty of sex trafficking, does that mean the females went willingly to participate in all of this? So that
Yeah,
means
that's what they're
they
saying.
weren't forced. That's
Right.
what I'm starting to
That's
guess
what
and
that's
think
what the
also.
coercion charge was about. Because that was basically saying you forced these women to do this against their will, and y'all didn't prove that, and so he beat that charge. Um, so I feel like now I just want to know. I want to know going forward, like what does Diddy do now when he gets out? Do you feel like this is what I feel? I feel like he will make a life change. I don't feel like he's gonna get out and to try to attack Cassie or Kid Cudi or anybody who testified against him. I don't think he's gonna try to get revenge because obviously he's being watched. Like the microscope is gonna be on him even more so now. I don't think he's going to be throwing parties like that anymore. And what about all these celebrity friends? Now, when you had Leonardo
Yeah,
DiCaprio and you had Ashton Kutcher and you had just like everybody, the
yeah,
A-list Hollywood celebrities from the movie side of the entertainment world, the music R&B side of the world, the rap side of the world, the athletes, all these people from LeBron, nobody spoke out in defense of Diddy the whole course of this trial. All
except
your all
except
your
Ray
friends,
J. Ray J
Ray
was,
J and Kanye. Kanye pulled up. I seen
that.
Kanye.
Well, that's Kanye though. You don't know what you're gonna get
Right.
from Kanye.
Yeah, Ray J spoke out, but I didn't see like all these people that was at these parties and like y'all, everything was good when these parties was going on. Nobody said, "Yo, I know Diddy. He ain't like that. He would never do nothing like." I know. I didn't see nobody say nothing. So I don't want to see no celebrity support when he come home. I don't want to see no fake friends talking about, "Oh, I'm glad you back. I'm glad you're home. We missed you." Listen, I wanted to say something publicly, but my agent told me that that during that time you were toxic just to stay away from you, and I couldn't vocalize my support for you, but I'm here now. It's like no, 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 no. I don't think Puff should throw another party. I think that shit should be over with because unless I mean he still got the right to throw parties if he want. He
Yeah,
still can throw these freak offs.
he could
He
do
can throw
whatever he
another
wants.
one. Yeah, because that wasn't illegal. Those are illegal. You already been to trial for this. But the fact that everybody know that they only got celebrities on these hard drives and got these you got all these rooms with cameras in them and I don't think nobody would even want to go to a Puffy party or even be seen or associated with Puff. And then what do you think about sponsors and big name companies like the Cirocs and the Nikes and the Gatorades? Do you think any of those companies would ever want to like partner up with P Diddy anymore?
No, I don't think so. Um, it's especially having that that history behind your belt when that
This is where it's tricky, right, Keo?
yeah.
Y'all did not y'all didn't convict him of the shit y'all tried to convict him for. All y'all convicted him for was prostitution
Yeah.
or transportation of whatever, transportation or whatever to commit prostitution, whatever the charge was. But basically, it was a prostitution related charge. Uh, why would big name companies want to stay away from Puff? Obviously, I guess it's a bad. I guess he's a bad
A
look
bad look.
because of
A
the
bad
Cassie
look.
shit, right? The Cassie video is enough, right? The Cassie
But
video was enough to get all the big name people to stay away from him because you
yeah, yeah,
put
it's a
your hands on
bad
a woman.
things like that. It's just gonna make it needs time though. It needs time to heal.
Right, right. And that's what I
For
meant. That's what I meant. Do you think over the course of time, 5 years go by, they say, you know what, that's his old now. Let's start working
yeah,
with Puff.
I mean, everybody deserves a second chance. So I'm pretty sure they'll give him a they'll give him another shot and opportunity just based off how he- his behavior is in the public's eye. So
Because
I
I
think
see
that's what
people
it is.
saying Puffy's gonna make a big he's gonna be bigger than ever now. He's gonna make a big comeback. Or do he just fade off into the shadows and just
It's
live the rest of
hard.
his
It's
life?
hard to make a big comeback with that stain on you, though. Like I don't know how you're gonna make a comeback
Does
like
Puffy
that.
make a what about the music world, right? Does he come back and like sign new artists, or does he try to put out new music on the Bad Boy
I think
label?
I think the music world is gonna still rock with him though. But there was people that was making fun of him, but
Yeah,
they did not forget. Diddy is not gonna forget what they said.
right.
All it takes is just one person to rock with you, and I think the trend will follow.
It
Um,
could be that could happen.
yeah.
I think the time he spent in prison, and there's no telling how much more time he has to stay in there because again, he's remanded to custody until sentencing. So you're gonna stay in there until they say,
Mhm.
hey, you got to serve this amount of time, whether it's a year, whether they let him go home that day. We don't know. But I think with the time he spent in there, I think it was a eye opener. And I think it prompts, he had plenty of time to think about changing his lifestyle. He's had time to detox from all the drugs that was in his system. Now, if he was addicted to whatever he was addicted to, maybe he's
Huh.
clean. I'm sure he's clean now. Will he go back to messing with drugs? Maybe he needs to go to, you know, maybe I go to rehab or something when he get out, or counseling meetings to keep his mind clear. And because obviously that I ain't gonna say that's what contributed to him making bad decisions, but that didn't help. The drug use
Right.
didn't help.
Um,
A lifestyle change. I do foresee a lifestyle change for him.
yeah. I'm curious to see how sentencing is gonna be for him though, because that's gonna be interesting though. I do think I'll be surprised if he doesn't get any time, but I'll be surprised if they said, "Hey, we'll put you on house arrest." And you could
Right.
serve your time there. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
uh,
yeah. That
that
could
would
happen.
that would piss people off though.
They already I seen Aubrey O'Day. I've seen a few celebrities come out and speak out against because they feel like he got off light. That's what they're saying. They're like, because you didn't they wanted him to get
Oh
that
yeah.
minimum because you got to think that racketeering and the sex trafficking charge carried a minimum of 15 years. So it's
Yeah.
like you was really cooked for real if you had got stuck with one of those, but you beat both of those.
The women are the ones that's more upset over anything. I don't see many men really make,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
you
true.
know. I mean, yeah, this is a women thing though, so I could understand. But best of luck to Diddy. And we'll see what happens moving forward. And